So why do you think that we do things that actually don't benefit us? Like, why do you think we're actually told things that don't benefit us?
Well, I don't think okay. Here's the thing. I don't think that we're taught to do the wrong things. It's actually the fact that we don't embrace the right things enough. It's not that we're taught the wrong things. It's that we're not taught the right things. And that's why we're in the leadership realm, man, because that's one of the biggest gaps out there, is to actually teach your people what that literally looks like to operate in that manner. We just get so succumbed in the 9-to-5 world where we just have to do our job. Our supervisor is just doing their job. Their supervisor is doing their job. And we're not taking a step back to actually groom and lead and grow people, because guess what? We all have the fear of losing our jobs. I have the fear of losing my job. If I screw up, my supervisor has a fear of losing their jobs because I'm not doing what I need to. So that takes a hint or a dip on their credibility as a leader. Right. And then that just trickles forward. Instead, we need to take a step back, take the time to actually teach our people what that literally looks like. And that's a great reason of why we're stepping into the field that we're doing with leadership, because that is one of the biggest gaps out there, especially in corporate America. Not just corporate. We're taking our leadership to, sports teams, corporate America, everywhere. Entrepreneurship.
Leadership is everywhere.
And I love that you say that, because that's what I was, leading into, is the fact that leadership is synonymous in every endeavor opportunity out there.
Even
leadership
in your
principles are principles.
Yeah.
They're, plug and play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing right there, is we're not taught. And so since we're not taught, going back to your question, the answer for me is what I said earlier, was I think that everybody has the fear of perception. Everybody does not want to look bad. And we get so scared of what other people think. That's why young entrepreneurs, that's why 9-to-5ers, that's why athletes, so many people don't take that next step, because they're afraid of what other people are going to think of them.
Yeah.
And so that lack right there. And that's why if the leader stepped in and was like, hey, I'm going to take you under my wing, I'm going to provide that protection over you. I'm going to teach you of what this actually looks like, so that when you encounter these situations, you can be authentic, you can be truthful, you can bite those bullets. And if you do all the right things and somebody still comes down on you, that's where I got your back. You know what I mean? And then we can have a conversation with that leader that came down on you, because most people that come down on you, they don't have all the information. If we can go have a sidebar like, hey, I know this is what it looks like on the surface level, but actually X, Y, and Z happened. They took the right steps, but this happened. They did make a mistake. And then it's like, okay, I can actually rock with that. You know what I mean? But so many times these days, those conversations are not being had. You know what I mean?
Why do you think that is?
Just what we were talking about now, man. It's just
they're tough conversations.
The tough conversations, but just the lack of true leadership. Because there's a strong difference between managerial and actual leadership.
Yeah.
A leader can always manage, but a manager, there's times where not all managers are actual leaders. You know what I mean?
Right.
A manager will manage the products, they manage the people to get to the end result, to get to the end state. But they always don't lead, because you can get to the end state without grooming your people, growing your people, having accountability around your people, helping your people step up, having accountability around them yourself as well. In my personal opinion, it can happen. You can still get to the end result. It's kind of false. It won't be solidified. It's not a strong end result. It's a facade that can, it's like the Three Little Pigs. That foundation is built on straw. It can be blown over at any time. Versus if we have leadership behind the management that needs to take place, that foundation, we're laying bricks, man. And that's actually one of my favorite sayings, is if you're making deposits in personal growth, it's called laying a brick. We're laying a brick every single day. We're laying another brick. We're laying another brick. That's building your foundation. You know what I mean? So as leaders, if we're laying bricks, we might make mistakes along the way, but that mistake is not going to be a detriment of the end result. Versus if you're just operating out of fear and people doing the least capable job to get the job done, which we all do because of lack of motivation.
Yeah, path of least resistance.
Exactly. That end result is going to fall apart like a cheap tent.
Yeah.